hello viewers out there. You're welcome to Sports Orbit Extra. Well, this is a new format of the show, and this will be our first edition. My name is Afa Cho. Salifu Usman is also in the studio with me. Salifu, welcome to Sports Orbit Extra.
Thank you, Alpha. It's always a pleasure. And just like series, a new version of the Sport of Beat, and improved one, and we promise to give you all the exciting sports stories and all the gist of all we need to know about the sports.
All right, we'll begin straight from the Super Eagles, of course, ahead of the 2026 World Cup qualifiers. Coach of the Super Eagles, Pesero, has invited the likes of Okoye, Boniface, and 21 others for the clash against Lesotho and Zimbabwe. Of course, the list was unveiled yesterday. Also has the likes of Francis Uzo and Olorunleke Ojo defenders, Oluwa Shemilogo Ajayi, Bright Osai Samuel, Raphael Onyedika forwards, Ademola Lukman and Terran Murphy. Others like Jamil Collins makes a return after a long layoff due to injury, and there is a first ever call for Bayern Leverkusen of Germany forward Nathan Teller. Also, Sadiq Umar also makes a return. A whole lot of players actually for this double-headed clash. But of course, the notable absentees there, of course, Victor Osimhen still out, Wilfred Ndidi not available in this one, will be sorely missed. But looking at this list, I think, well, considering what we have at the moment, I think this is the best we have.
Yeah, considering what we have at the moment, this is the best we have. And just like you say, apart from the, we know the situation why the like of Siemens and the like of Squeezes and other were not on the list. But one thing is that if you look at it, I don't know the latest, the last list, this guy was not part of it. This guy again, you can see it's not on the table, the assistant captain. Or now, since Ahmed Musa is not regularly on the team again, we assume that now he should be the substantive captain. But here again, we have him, we have the list without him.
And no reason to give him.
So I will say that we are gradually trying to phase out William Ekon from the team. Well, I think I still believe that even as much as William Ekon is strong to find the space between his club level after what happened to him at the Premier League side, Watford, where they go down and get relegated, and he couldn't tie that. He said that they want to move to the Italian side. Even the Italian side is going to. He's still strong to have a regular shirt in the club. And I don't think either by that Pesero is gradually trying to face him out of the team. We don't really know, but to me, Pesero Ekon is somebody that we think that he has the leadership qualities. He has the command of how to organize his defense. But I still believe that yes, his experience is still very much in the club. And we see the coming back of the Maduka Okoye coming into the team, and even as much as since he left the team after. The incident transpired at the last Africa Cup of Nations in Cameroon, when a lot of people were held responsible for the second round defeat to Tunisia. And since then, even him, he didn't take that criticism of him well, and his reaction after that have led to be him out of the team for a very long time, until the last friendly match where he was invited. He was not officially invited, but we eventually saw him in Portugal. But he never played. But here again, we now have him official on the list. We say it's graduous, and since 11, we gradually say that a lot of people, Francis Johos, has not been able to give Nigerian and to prove that yes, he deserves to be the number one Super Eagles. In as much as I'm saying that even though some people will still have some level of doubt about him, but looking at him and in terms of problem, we got Francis Zoho. Apart from when Francis Zoho, for a very long time, Francis Zoho has had a long time to begin to prove to Nigeria that yes, he deserves to be in the number one Super Eagles. Francis Zoho has been in this team for more than for close to 6 years now. He was the number one keeper when we went to the Russia's World Cup. He was in the go for Russia World Cup, and that he had all the opportunities, he had every chance, and then. But now, rather than to improve him, we'll see that Zoho depreciate in terms of phone and everything. Most of the goal we consider in the friendly match against the Saudi Arabians and the Mozambique were all attributed to his fault. And now we have Maduka Okoye. It doesn't mean that we may like Maduka Okoye be in goal when the Lesotho Cup calling and went to Zimbabwe.
All right, that's that for that. Now we'll take you some news around the globe. Straight will begin from Ancelotti, where he has overtaken Alex Ferguson as the coach with the most appearances in the Champions League. He broke the UEFA Champions League record after his team's 3-0 win over Braga on Wednesday. Goals from Brahim Diaz, Vinicius Junior, and Rodrigo gave Real Madrid the victory over Braga at Santiago Bernabeu. The victory over Braga means Ancelotti's side have now qualified for the knockout stages of the Champions League, and that win also marks his 116th win in the Champions League, breaking the record for the most wins by a coach in the competition. Now to some NPFL news now, where the Benue state government has assured Lobby Stars of more support, and he has continued the support of Premier League club Lobby Stars. The Commissioner for Youth, Sports and Creativity in the state, Mr. Tekimbi Ikangi, disclosed this after Lobby Stars away victory in Yenagoa. He acknowledged the strong will and commitment demonstrated by the club in the NPFL campaign and added that the state government is determined to consolidate the efforts of the team on the NPFL table. Lobby Stars currently top the standings with 13 points from 7 games. Now to some other news concerning Victor Osimhen, where the coach of Napoli, Rudi Garcia, has revealed that Osimhen will return to action after the upcoming international break. Osimhen has been sidelined since sustaining a hamstring injury on international duty last month. The forward was back in Naples on Wednesday after he was granted a week leave to sort out family issues in Nigeria. The 24-year-old was among the spectators that watched Napoli's UEFA Champions League clash against Bundesliga side Union Berlin at the Diego Armando Maradona Stadium on Wednesday night. They said, "We are working to have Victor ready for the game against Atalanta," Garcia was quoted by Football Italia. Now to some cricket news, where Uyi Akpata, president of the Nigerian Cricket Federation, has revealed the federation's goal of becoming one of the top 3 cricket playing nations in the country by 2026, in Africa rather, by 2026. The president said on Monday in Abuja that the federation will continue to work hard to achieve the feat. He said, "By 2026, we want to be recognized as one of the top cricket playing nations in Africa and the world. We have moved from 38 to 28 in ranking. We are 10 steps ahead of the world. We just moved a step up from number 8 in Africa to number 7. We also won an invitational championship in April and also won the West Africa Trophy. We will continue to work hard to see our dream come true," he said. He said that in December, the female team will take part in the World Cup qualifier. We stand a very good chance to qualify for the ICC T20 World Cup. Now to still on cricket, where Nigerian's men's senior cricket team, the Yellow Greens, have moved 4 places up in the latest International Cricket Council T20 rankings from 42nd to 38 in the world, and also become the 7th ranked team in Africa. The Yellow Greens' progress is connected to their recent performance at the West Africa Trophy tournament in Lagos, where they won all their 10 matches against Ghana, Sierra Leone, and Rwanda to win the maiden title. In their last 25 games, Yellow Greens have amassed 1,860 points with a rating of 74. The African countries ahead of Nigeria on the continent are South Africa, Zimbabwe, Namibia, Uganda, and Tanzania, while India leads the world with a rating of 265 from 61 matches. They said, "We are tracking our performances. We just moved a step up from number 8 in Africa to number 7. I believe that by 2026, we will be able to meet our overall aspiration of being top 3 in Africa," the president was quoted as saying. Well, that's all for the news segment. We'll go on a break, and when we come back, Sport Orbit continues. All right, welcome back from that break. Now we'll look at some UEFA and Europa League matches. Of course, some few interesting matches went down on Tuesday and Wednesday in the Champions League, some surprises here and there. Well, for the likes of United not looking good, still, most fans are still wondering how United blew up a 2-0 lead to end up on the losing side, 4-3 in that one. Although some refereeing decisions were not too favorable. And once again, this VAR of a team have come into question once again, because in the last couple of weeks, VAR has come under fire. Ateta has complained severally. Club complained. In fact, even yesterday in their defeat to Toulouse, surprising defeat in the Europa League, VAR was at fault. And some players are going to say, look, VAR was introduced to aid football, but it's looking like it's making matters worse.
Yeah, absolutely correct. Even the Tottenham managers also complain that, yes, and I 100% agree with you. And just like say, VR was introduced to the game to eliminate, if not totally eliminate, or at least to minimize referee errors. But what we are seeing, rather to minimize the referee errors, the BRs are now even become the major head.
Exactly. In fact, what's the
referee now, people are now even prefer. I think if by going on in the next few shows, I will go to say that the whole of the make it so that they should eliminate that PR completely from the football, because it's beginning to look as if to worse the situation rather than to improve on the situation. And just like you see several cases of the matches, you see a referee taking a decision. A referee sees something clearly through the region, but before you know, a BR become like the Tottenham manager said. VR begin to diminish the power of referee in the game. Yeah. Because what we are now seeing now is that after the referee have taken a decision, whatever the decisions the referee taking is now banned called back by a VR. It's like now you are a minister, you are working for a government, a president, and you take a decision. The president say no, reverse that decision. Yeah. That is, to me, that is my view, and that's what the way PR are. A referee, you see a referee standing very close to the ball and taking a decision based on what he says immediately. But the PR tells him, no. We have to come and review and force him to come and whistle the game, and after that, force him to alter that decision. And like let's see, Arsenal defeat of Newcastle is still controversy up to this moment. Although some of the experts of the board of the referee executive committee met yesterday and said that the goal was a clean goal. But however, I think he insists on his. He says that goal was never a goal. The same thing, even the Tottenham, their match against Chelsea, the Tottenham team is still complaining that about it. And just like the red card given to Rashford against the Copenhagen is still another questionable decision. In as much as I don't want to buy into the idea that decision was responsible for Man U defeat. For me, I don't think that was responsible for Man U defeat. But although he triggered the situation, but Man U players and the coach should blame themselves for that defeat, because I don't see a situation whereby you are leading by 2 goals. Clear 2 goals. And in a crucial match like this, in a tactical coach, because if such a decision happen, you lose a striker, not defender, or not even a midfielder. But some situation, I'm not a coach, but what I've seen in the football over the years, like if a referee lose a good player at that moment, if it is a defender, they prefer to remove his striker and bring in new defender to back up. But I said what I've expected they have to have done immediately after you lose Rashford was to close your back line.
Exactly.
As far as you still have your back line up, you still have your midfield. Forget about attack. You are no longer desperate to look for more goal. All you need to do close your back and maintain your 2 goals. But rather they had went out and allowed Copenhagen to come from behind, equalize. And if that you equalize, you still have an opportunity to score another. We go from the captain, Fernandez. But still, you still allow them to come back. So I can't. There's why twice sign. After you have allowed them to come back and you have opportunity to take a lead again. This time, I expected the hand and his men to have take a good lesson that we don't need to lose this game. More important that we are already in a precarious condition. Because if you lose that game defeat, now the way Man U is now, only except God say otherwise, I doubt if Man U will make it to the next round of the UEFA Championship.
Which is at uphill tax. You must win your last 2 games.
And which is very difficult. Winning against they may win against Galatasaray, but winning against Man U, against the Bayern Munich, will be pretty well. Although Bayern Munich is coming to Old Trafford, we play at home, but to win, the Man U are forcing the result. We no longer have the advantage of Old Trafford.
Because if they had been won that match, they would have been second on the group.
On the group,
already,
yes.
and it would have been easy. Well, for Barcelona also, still topping the group, but it was shocking to see.
Yeah, it was a shocking defeat for them yesterday. On Wednesday, nobody expected that from Barcelona.
Yeah.
But that's what the beauty of football. Sometimes when you think that we are going to have it all, you don't have it all. And they will still commend the like of Madrid and Manchester City.
Yeah.
They appear already qualified because
two games to spare.
So all they need that just to maintain the top of the group. Not they have already qualified. They can satisfy the 2 games, but they only need that they still need to play and win the match. But just to maintain, they have 100% record so far. Play 4 matches and winning 4 matches. That is quite fantastic one for the 14-time champions and the current holder of the cup, Manchester City. And for Arsenal, it was a sweet victory for them against Sevilla on Wednesday. Fantastic one, but Arsenal with that have taken the lead of the group, and they still need to win their remaining 2 matches, or at least win one of the 2 remaining matches to be sure of their progression to the next round of the competition.
All right. Next on segment, we have a discussion with Endurance Ofem, who is the Nigerian Cricket Federation athletes reps, and he will be speaking on development and future of cricket in Nigeria. So do enjoy.
Okay, my name is Endurance Ofem. I'm the athletes rep of the board of Nigerian Cricket Federation.
Okay, you are here for the annual General Congress of NCF and looking at what has transpired in the last, about 12 months. What will you say is a significant impact in terms of cricket development in Nigeria in the last?
Well, I think one thing we've been able to do is to expand the frontiers of the game in the country, develop the game across the states through equipment donation and an intervention funds for grassroots involvement. Just 3 months back, we were able to give some monies to the regions to ensure that they can go back to schools and introduce the game to schools. Our target for the year is 250, and we are hoping that within the next 2 months, before December 31st, we'll be able to hit most of these targets. And we did it last year. We're looking forward to doing it again this year. And the good thing is the states cricket associations have been very, very cooperative, most especially the ones from the north and south, southeast as well. And you recall just recently we won the ICC Global Award for Women's Intervention in Cricket, and that's because of the activities that went on in Zamfara State. So, on the whole, I would say we have performed credibly well. We've carried our member nations along. And that's the most important thing, that everyone in the country and our stakeholders, our former cricketers, the present cricketers, the state cricket associations are carried along in what we are doing, and that is what we've come here today to do, to ensure that the books are known by everyone. We show that transparency in operations, because we know this is the only way we can continue to develop, as identified by the ICC, the International Cricket Council, who have identified us as the 2 key member nations to support.
Okay, looking at you are here to review the activities, what you have done in last week. Okay, last year at the end of the conference, just like you rightly say, you set the target of introducing the game to 250,000 people. Here we have less than just 2 months to go at the end of the year, and you say you are still going to. Where are we in terms of that target at the moment? And you see that you still have assurance. Yes, we are going to deliver, hitting that target of introducing the game.
Yesterday we have a lengthy discussion during the board meeting, and what we have done is picked key states to go on with more intervention. One of them is Lagos, the other one is Edo State. We also have Kaduna State, we have Zamfara, we also have Bayelsa, Ebonyi State also inclusive, and Ogun State, Oyo State. Now, if we go back to the states and reignite the passion, obviously each of these states can easily give us 20,000, and that is why we said before the end of the year we are going to hit. The whole of this year we'll be very busy with tournaments. The Nigerian national team, senior team, men's team, the women's team were in Kigali, the under-19 team were in Tanzania. The men's team played at home against Rwanda, Ghana, and Sierra Leone, winning the tournament. And at some point on the 20th of November, the team will be out to go and compete in Namibia. But before then, they'll be going to Zimbabwe for a pre-tournament tour. And our women's team will be in in Uganda in December. So it's been a busy year for the Nigerian Cricket Federation. And as I speak to you, our men's team are in Lagos in camp at the University of Lagos Cricket Over, where they train every day until they will leave for Zimbabwe and onward to Namibia. And immediately they depart, or just before they depart, the women's team will again resume training. So it's an intense year for the Nigerian Cricket Federation, and that is where the focuses are.
Okay, as a player, as athlete, in all this, what is the interest of the player and the welfare of the athletes?
The most important thing is that, at the beginning of this year, we negotiate central contract for the players. So we have 32 players on the first central contract. They are all earning monthly, whether they are playing cricket or not. The reason why we brought this to play is because we realize the importance of athletes given the opportunity to look after themselves. We don't want our athletes to live. If there are no tournaments, then what would they be doing? Or some of them who are graduates going to the corporate world and no longer become available. So we had discussions along those lines, and we have a foreign coach, Tikolo. He also joined us last year, and of course, if you have a full-time coach, you need to get athletes to work with every now and then, and that is what we've been able to do. And trust me, they are split 16 women's, 16 men team, and we are looking for more sponsorship to add more to the number so that we can have a situation where we have the first team and we have the second team to continue our development program. Now, I'll tell you what, we have the good news that we'll be participating for the first time in all African Games. Cricket has been added to the All African Games, and also Commonwealth was played last year, we couldn't go. It's also added in the Olympic Games. So it's a big thing for Nigerian cricket, and we are happy that by next year, our cricketers will be among those that will be in camp and we have qualified.
Qualified for the Olympic?
For the All African Games, okay, by our ranking in Africa. So you see, we're already there. Some sports federation might have to go through a qualifying process. So because of what we have been doing, we have positioned ourselves to take advantage of this first involvement, and it's going to happen in Ghana. Again, Nigerian ground staff are in Ghana helping them with, giving them the expertise to help them develop these facilities. Now, this is as a result of what we have done within the year that ICC have identified us as key partners in helping develop other countries around West Africa.
Right, we'll look at some EPL matches for this weekend. Of course, first off will be Wolves against Tottenham, while United will host Luton Town. It will be Arsenal against Burnley. Crystal Palace will take on Everton. Bournemouth, Newcastle, Aston Villa, Fulham, Brighton, Sheffield United. West Ham will host Nottingham Forest, while Brentford will travel to Anfield. Of course, the star match of the weekend will be the Chelsea versus Man City match, a big one for Chelsea. A lot of their fans, after that match at Tottenham, are beginning to sound very confident. Some are even saying, look, we can get the job done over Man City. But we all know how Chelsea were able to get that victory over Tottenham.
Yes, 9-man Tottenham. But yes, to me, I congratulate Chelsea for that victory. Obviously, Chelsea needed that victory. If they are going the other way around, it could have been by now. Chelsea would have been to feel well whether we are able to compete this year in the Premier League. But however, it's like they say, Pochettino still know much about Tottenham, even as I have struggled against some of the top teams this season so far. Yeah. But it's like he has the pin number of the Tottenham, and he was able to get the better result for the Tottenham. Now that is a morale boost for Chelsea fans going against that victory. Definitely, in as much as whatever you talk, either a 10-man, either a 9-man, or whatever you describe it. Tottenham is still Tottenham, the defeated Tottenham, and that record is already there. And obviously that will boost their morale against this Sunday, Super Sunday match against Man City. Man City is currently leading the table with a better difference, ahead of Tottenham, better 1 point ahead of Tottenham. And obviously it's going to be a very big match, not just for fans of Chelsea, and not just for fans of Man City, even for the fans of the Premier League club. Because even the club like Arsenal, Arsenal fans want to be interested on the outcome of that match, because it will also either rub them negatively or positively. So obviously, to some extent, some Arsenal fans who want to support Chelsea to win this match this season. Even likewise, the Tottenham fans want to even support even as much as they were not happy with what Chelsea did to them. But for this week, they will definitely support Chelsea to also have a better result against Man City. And for Man City, know who they are. Haaland is always a man who can never play that at any time. Even when people thought they are speaking an injury in their last match, but still in the European Champions League, he still went ahead and scored a goal. That clearly showed us he's a man that you cannot anytime, any day, just give him the ball. Just like Guardiola said, he said, what we just need is the supply machine.
Yeah.
What they enjoyed yesterday, last in the Kevin De Bruyne is still on the injury, is still down, and their former captain Odegaard has moved to Barcelona. So it's kind of they are missing those players. I said that what they need just somebody who supply them, just supply the ball for Haaland. The finish is never the problem, and Chelsea defenders are not need to have it up. Try to curtail the Norwegian strikers this weekend. It is going to give a very tough one to both sides, and it will also be another advantage and a moral advantage if Pochettino get another victory against Man City.
Also, for Wolves, they will be hosting Tottenham. Wolves is not the Wolves we used to know some 2-3 seasons ago. You fancy Tottenham to at least bounce back, turn to winning ways. Then United will have a chance to make it back-to-back Premier League wins as they welcome Luton Town. Luton Town struggling seriously, having gained promotion from the Championship to the Premier League, and they are finally that look, this league is the league of the big boys, and they have actually been the whipping boys of the league this season.
Yeah, yes. Apart from it, so even Sheffield United, who was also in the league before, are also struggling to cope with the big boys in the Premier League. Premier League is not just it's not a shy play business. If you come to the Premier League, you better get prepared. And Constellation, the little hand is an experience. They are trying to experience the environment, but still, we're almost we are going to week 12, but still they are here to have they are here to settle down and to compete, and they are just like rightly say, they are becoming just a dashing point for every club who play against them. And obviously, one will be disappointed if Manchester United fail to get all the 3 points against Luton Town this weekend.
Of course, interesting matches to look out for and other sporting events. Of course, in the NPFL also, interesting matches will go down, but don't worry, next week when we return, we will give you a complete review and preview of those and other sporting events as they happen across the globe. Well, that's our package on today's edition of Sports Orbit Extra. Hopefully next weekend we'll be back again with another interesting edition. Salifu, thank you for being in studio.
Thank you.
Edition of program.
Thank you.
Right, until we come your way next week, do have a wonderful weekend. My name is Afa Acho, and it's bye for now.